Hey everybody, this is Adam coming to you with a video for QuietSpeculation.com. This week we're going to be playing Explorer Fight Rigging. So this deck functions almost like a show and tell kind of combo deck. Fight Rigging is a 3-mana enchantment from the new Streets of the New Capenna set. It has Hideaway 5. So the Hideaway mechanic, you look at your X number of cards, you tuck one underneath it, face down, and when you meet the condition for the hideaway, then you can cast it for free, and it doesn't have a timing restriction either. So something that's really cool is that you can pair this card, which already good. Start of every turn, you're going to put one counter on a creature. Then if you have something with power 7 or greater, you can then cast the thing underneath it for free. There are a lot of cards that, like Shakedown Heavy, like Riding Regisaur, which are relatively low cost with a huge stat line. So Riding Regisaur turns on Fight Rigging by itself, so that a Shakedown Heavy when the trigger resolves. And then you can flip into either another massive threat like your Gearhulk, your Gargadon, or your Titan of Industry, or you can hit a Great Henge or a Turn Timber Symbiosis. Great Henge also works with these cards because they discount the cost of the Henge. Cards in a similar design space are like Galta, which I'm not playing, but I've seen versions of the deck that have. I've seen versions of the deck splashing red to be able to play Tibalt, or rather Valky into Tibalt for the free cast off of Fight Rigging. This card's very strong, and it's really interesting to see how much play it's gotten both in Explorer and in Pioneer. The Pioneer builds are a little bit different since they have access to some of the Eldrazi like Void Winnower and Emrakul. Notably, we are also an Obosh deck. Since the curve is play a Dork on turn 1, play either a big threat or the Fight Rigging on turn 2, you don't really need your 2-drop slot all that much. So we are opting to play Obosh instead of that Valky. I'm not sure if that's correct, but we're going to give this build a run. Notably, also, you have your sideboard. So there's the Obosh and the companion slot, a bunch of removal, some graveyard hate in your Soul Guide Lanterns, Nissa, who shakes the world as a hard pivot, considering your opponent's going to try to interact with your big dumb threat with target spot removal, and this is really good at getting around that because you're going to have like a 3/3 with haste and vigilance every turn. What else? We have your Graveyard Trespassers, 3 copies. This card's just find incidental Graveyard Hate, incidental life gain, and also just a body that your opponent's going to struggle to deal with favorably. Ward discard a card is frustrating text to deal with, especially if your opponent's trying to go toward a more grindy route in games 2 and 3. Notably, there's also Ray of Enfeeblement in addition to these fatal pushes. The goal of that is specifically to stop the what was the card? The Greasefang combo deck that we played a few weeks ago. So Ray of Enfeeblement kills a Greasefang outright. Fatal Push can answer some of the other stuff in that deck, and then hopefully your Soul Guide Lanterns can eat the Sky Sovereigns and the Parhelion 2s. That is probably the most played deck in this format right now, so that's why we're packing all this heat for it. That being said, our primary game plan is very aggressive, and Fight Rigging can actually turn your dinky Mana Dorks, your Gilded Gooses, and your Llanowars into reasonable bodies in the mid to late game too. Deck's a ton of fun. I've played a few games with it so far, but we're gonna play a few on ladder and see how we do. So traditional Explorer ranked. We're gonna play 5 games, and we'll report back. Once again, this video has been brought to you by QuietSpeculation.com. Quiet Speculation is a Magic the Gathering and finance website, but they also have a bunch of really cool articles and videos on the constructed metagames that I recommend you check out. Also, as you can probably see around you, this is not my normal setup, or was not my normal setup. I moved, and this is like the last room that we have yet to fully set up, but it will do. Okay, my opponent's on a Yorion deck. That strongly suggests to me that they're playing a Fires of Invention build. Or they're playing a Transmogrify like into Agent of Treachery or into Titan of Industry deck. I have 2 lands and a Gilded Goose with these black creatures that... I mean, this is an aggressive start. Don't know if this beats a turn 4 Transmogrify. I'm going to throw it back and see if we can do a little bit better. Alright, this is better. I can put back a land, or I can put back the Titan. So, turn 5, I can cast the Titan, I believe. Probably not worth it. Alright, lead on lair. Spar's headquarters. Sure. I didn't play my land yet. Play the marsh. Take what they got. Okay, so I was wrong. I can try to slow them down on the growth spiral. In which case they Risen Reef. Hope to hit the Omnath. They don't have the mana for Wandering Emperor. They do have a Boseiju to hit my Great Henge, but they don't know that quite yet. I'm going to go ahead and take this Risen Reef. So I can stop their turn 2 play, which is not going to be all that meaningful. But the Risen Reef into the Omnath would be more of a concern for me. I mean, I could also just get double Rotting Regisaur. So, provided that they don't kill the Rotting Regisaur, I can Forest into... Or I can discard Forest, play the Great Henge, play the Regisaur. And they've played the Boseiju out, which is great for me. Let's go for the bonk. Okay. They don't have double white quite yet, which is a great sign for me. I'm going to be discarding my whole hand, so... Doomscar is not what I wanted to see there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7. I'd be 1 mana short. So I think I put Obosh to hand. Play layer tapped. And then attack for 1. Not how I really wanted that to go here, but Cavalier Thorns. Teferi versus Genesis Ultimatum. They're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're 1 off from the Ultimatum. Again, this is not really how I wanted this sequence to go, but... I am going to let that go through. they want to hold up their Wandering Emperor, they can hold up the Wandering Emperor. Alright, let's see what we want to tuck underneath this. I don't love playing another fight rigging. I feel like that might be a little on the slow end here. I'm going to tuck a Reggie underneath it. Alright, so 1, 2... 5. X equals 4. Yep.
I am the Emperor of Kamigawa, and I will protect my people.
I'm fine with that sequence
This
there.
is what you get for hurting my people.
Teferi tuck the Obosh.
Trust me, you'll thank me later. I'm not ready for you quite yet.
Don't think they can attack with the Cavalier, right?
Show them how we greet our enemies.
Okay. Draw a card. Don't actually think 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'm short here. So the question is, do I go to kill the Teferi or do I go to kill the Wandering Emperor? I think it's Teferi.
That didn't go according to plan.
You get a Risen Reef. Into a Yasharn. Well, that has reach. Let's see if they attack with the Cavalier.
Strike fast and strike
They attacked with the Cavalier. I'll take it. No blocks. I know this deals double damage.
Our swords will cross.
I just want to make sure that it dies regardless. This is not the best showing for this deck, though. They had to kill the Obosh. Excuse me. Don't think that's what they meant to do. Oh no, that's what they meant to do. Alright, so they're gonna try and kill the Obosh.
This is fragile and fleeting. Cherish what little you find.
Alright. That's
Do
fine.
not ignore my draconic talent.
I'm gonna take this opportunity. Crack the food. How am I flooding this hard? One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe I should sequence that a little bit better because of the draw off here, but should be fine.
You act without wisdom.
Ten lands. 11 lands. -3.
Return to the essence of the multiverse.
And an Omnath. It's weird to me that they're playing Doomscar in this deck. With all, like, 5, 4, 3 mana creatures. And Genesis Ultimatum. Like, it's not a permanent. Alright, I think I'm dead here. What do we have for this matchup? So I definitely want these Rays. They kill Omnath and they kill, where is it? Risen Reef. Don't think that the pushes are necessary. Don't know if Veronis is necessary. Shakedown heavy. Like, I didn't see Gargaroths, I didn't see Gearhulks. I fizzled pretty hard. 1, 2, 3, 5 creatures in total. Yikes! All right. The Shakedown heavy seem really bad here. I'll trim a Shakedown. I assume they're probably going to bring in destruction for these. It's probably fine. Alright, my opponent is taking some time to sideboard. There we go. One land, though I do flip into a Regisaur pretty quickly. I think I can do better. Yeah, this is better. So I'm the furthest off from casting this Gargaroth. But it's such a better card than Shakedown Heavy. But I can play Shakedown on 2. I'm really far off from casting the Gargaroth. I mean, it could also be Thoughtseize in theory, because I'm not casting it until turn 3-4. Are they here? My opponent may have gone AFK. Which, like, I'll take the wins I'm given, but at the same time, I'm recording a video. That's not what you lovely viewers want to see. Okay, they were AFK. I'll take the win. Not the best showing. Am I ranking up that quickly? Alright. This is a post-season reset, so it's all wonky. Alright. We're gonna run it back. I don't think I want to make any changes to the list. Not yet, at least. Okay, we don't have a turn 1 Dork, but we do have the Fight Rigging. And we have the Lance to cast it, and the Showdown Heavies to trigger it. Alright, I'll lead on an Ancient Tomb tapped. I have plenty of lands, and I don't necessarily want to slam the Turn Timber Symbiosis. Alright, Thoughtseize, probably taking Fight Rigging. Another Turn Timber. DHA. Sure. I'll play a 6/4. You can try and kill it, or you can attack it. You want to shock it? I'm also pretty okay with that. 3 Turn Timbers, really? Would you like to let me draw a card? You've declined to let me draw a card. Alright. Consider. considered their top card. Ledger Shredder. I mean, sure. At this point, I'm pretty okay with that. Ooh. That is a good one. I just put on both of them, right? Make them both lethal threat, so they have to let me draw a card and untap two? Yeah. I draw 2 cards on untap. Alright, here, I don't want the Ray. I definitely want the pushes. I said I don't want that. I don't know how many Soul Guides I actually want here. I'll err on the side of 2. That's probably enough. 6 cuts. Great Henge is probably pretty good for me. How many Titans of Industry do I need? I mean, Gear Hulk. I can probably trim on Gear Hulk. I don't want to cut down too much on my payoffs here, but I think they're probably gonna have a braid. I can trim on Thoughtseize. And a Great Henge. They're probably going to have some sort of disruption. So I don't think I want to like pedal to the metal, go as hard and fast as possible plan. And Henge is more likely to get stuck in my hand. You can have a Ledger Shredder. Play Fight Rigging. Ooh, and I whiffed. Is Thoughtseize better than Push? Or second Push here? Probably. Second Shredder. Unfortunately, they're going to get their loot off. I'll put on the elf. Okay, that's a closer example of what the deck should do, even with the Fight Rigging kind of whiffing there. Granted, I did side out most of the things that were supposed to like want to hit off of it, but just having big old stat beasts kind of does the job. All right, on to game 3, round 3. And one more time, this video has been brought to you by the fine folks over at Quiet Speculation, quietspeculation.com. They have a bunch of articles and resources to make the best out of your magic buck. Ooh, what is this? Is this keepable? I don't think it is. Goose into nothing, Gargaroth eventually, and then Henge. I'm going to throw it back. Yeah, this is better. Put back the second goose, silly goose. I have a feeling there's a counterspell, like a Jawari Disruption here. Let's go for the fight ring. Oh, no. Alright. I'll take this turn Timber Symbiosis. Play a Shakedown Heavy. There's the counter. Sure. Sure, I have a 2/4 now. That's not what I wanted to draw. No attack here because this is a pretty clear Wandering Emperor. I would like them to waste their turn. Really? Alright, no attacks. Good God.
Warrior Queen Necromancer
Yes.
has a nice ring to it. You would be more useful in the grave.
Are you serious? Are you genuinely... Oh my God. Sure, pass it back. No Shakedown Heavy. No Rotting Regisaur.
I won't hide from the world
Just
any
dead
longer.
draws from the top
No
down.
time for a break.
I'm pretty sure that was the last window I had before I lose this game.
Oh, this looks like a fun new toy.
They probably have another Absorb at this point. And that's a tap land. Alright. Does this make me want to do anything differently? Not especially. I'm going to play the Graveyard Trespassers. I can bring in the Nissas. I'm going to trim on the Great Henges. I don't know how I feel about Ronus. Probably don't need these Gear Hulks. Well, I've done an excellent job of showing the less than great sides of this deck. I have a turn 2 fight rigging. Don't quite have a way of triggering it the following turn. But I have the lands to get this Gargadon down. Not a turn 1 Fatal Push. That's a good sign. Alright, Titan underneath. Llanowar Elf is a reasonable body. Let's play the Thoughtseize first. Oh my god. ECD versus the Absorbs or the Settle. I'm going to take the ECD. Let's bonk you. Play this Gilded Goose. Okay. That seems like a mistake to me. I mean, granted, they now get the settle. Rhino, shield counter. I'm gonna put shield counter on my Rhino. I'll trade the Garter off. Yeah, that's fine by me. Take action. Okay, cool. So they were basically forced to let the Titan come in so that they could settle the creature. It is basically forcing them to use their mana in bad ways that they really don't want to. I'm cool with this. Resend it. In that case, my opponent just had a little too clunky of a draw. We know what that's like, though. The question is, do I want to try and turbo out the Reggie versus the Nissa? Because the Reggie's going to cause issues with me trying to cast it. Hey, Poseidon, how you doing? Okay, with Trespasser, I think I want to play the Goose now. Because I'm more inclined to play Trespasser on 2. And there's our Black Source. I don't know why I played the Forest over the Lair. That was a mistake. Alright. We go for an Omen. I'm pretty fine with that. Thank you. So fun story, actually. I want to say 2 years ago, so the summer 2020. Couldn't go to Pride, and that's an Narset.
If you wish to
Couldn't go to Pride
now,
because
I understand.
you know,
With
COVID being
thoughtfulness
ooh,
before
that's
action.
my water. COVID being brand new. Ooh, farewell. I do not like that. And so I bought a bunch of Pride merch online, which, like, yay, super happy about.
Such violence is
What
upsetting.
am I doing here? Okay. Playing the Reggie. So couldn't celebrate in person, so bought a bunch of merch. And in the process, I bought a little bit for my partner as well, because yeah, he'll appreciate it. What do I discard here? Is it Turn Timber or is it Lana Ralph? If they have Settle, I want to keep the Turn Timber. Okay, that's a good pickup. So okay, it is Settle. I'll tell the story in a minute. Submit to. If I play the land, I have no play the land. Do I want to do homage to hand or do I want Goose make an egg? I think I want the goose egg. Okay, so get Anthony this, like, adorable shirt. It's a possum that says gay and trashy on it. I'm not sure if I've worn it on stream, but I also bought one for myself. I'm like, yeah, we'll wear it together and we'll wear it like the same shirt. It'll be cute. He's like, no, I don't want to match. No fewer than like a dozen people go like, hey, I love your shirt to him. I received 0 compliments on my outfit. 0. Seething, malting, angry. Alright, so how much mana do I actually have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, that doesn't make sense. I think I'm better off trying to Thoughtseize first before I deploy Threat. ECD versus Farewell. ECD hits creatures, but not planeswalkers. They have two things that can hit planeswalker. And Yorion can blink ECD. I'm going to take the farewell.
We will not fail. The land fights for us.
Probably should have done a forest for the Gilded Goose activation. Probably don't need it. I imagine this is ECD hit the Nissa. Yeah, it is. And then it's going to be Yorion blink, eat the Gargadon. Alright, let's go for the Turn Timber. That's a good one. It doesn't die. Oh, they can ECD it, never mind. That's a bad one. Baffling End? Okay. Could have just blinked the ECD. They have nothing in their graveyard. I mean, if they're going for the Yorion now, then that was a misplay. Because Baffling End will give me a 3/3. I think they're now realizing their mistake. I mean, could be worse. I guess the question is Graveyard Trespasser versus Shakedown Heavy. I don't think I want to put a Fight Ring underneath it. Sure. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Oh, it costs 2 more. Fair enough. Counter it. Or kill it. Cycling is a good sign. I signed out all my my Gearhulks, right? It's not gonna tell me. Make a food. I'm gonna draw a card. I imagine they have a like settle here. No? Oh, okay. They ain't gonna do it.
You started this fight, but I'm going to end it.
Oh, you're gonna double
We
block.
must protect the people.
I will kill this Yorion. I had the Dovin's veto. Do I want to play out another goose? Or do I want to like hold it if I draw a great henge? I think I can hold it. I will trade my 4/4
Try
for
not
your
to miss me.
planeswalker.
You're done.
No blocks. Let's see what you got. That feels like a waste. So I can do 1, 2, 3, put this in hand, and cast this. Does maybe discard this goose. That's probably fine still. Alright. So they're gonna crack their omen. Let's see how they scry. Both at the top is a bad sign for me. Hoping this isn't like a Teferi. I'm gonna leave it. If that's like a farewell or Doomscar, I would rather. So it wasn't a settle. My assumption is that it's a wrath. External artifacts. So I will crack these. Whole life and not have to lose an extra card out of that deal. Perfect. Alright. Destroy an artifact or enchantment. Actually, do I want to destroy an artifact or enchantment? If they have another farewell, I'm in bad shape. I'll let them keep the artifact. Or keep the enchantment. Make a Rhino, show counter on here. it doesn't answer like a fatal push on the Rhino token as well as I would like. But it stops a Void Rend, which I'm pretty happy with. Doesn't stop an ECD either, but alright, so this is a Sell the Wreckage, I'm dead. Or I'm not dead. If it's a settle, I'm in trouble. It seems like it might be. Exile target monocolor. Okay, fair enough. Is this a push? March on 5 wasn't going to affect this at all, but okay. 4. Play land. I have 8 lands in play, which means I'm presenting lethal next turn unless they have an answer to one of these. Looks like they do. But now my creature land's gonna get in there. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So X equals 6, right? 5, 6, 7. Yeah, X equals 6. Alright. Put you to 5. That has the potential to draw them out of it.
Keep up the pace.
But we'll see. If it's a March, I'm in trouble. Alright. Did you draw a spot removal? Deluge into... Whew! This is a tough one. Alright, so... we did it. They missed on a push, they missed on a march. Alright, so that puts us at what? 3-1? 3-0? Tell you 1 second. When I went log into Untapped. Okay, we are 3-0. We're gonna hop right back in. Okay. Let's see if we can rig some fights against this Jetmir. Don't have the fight rigging, but I do have this Great Henge, which I can cast in turn 4. Not really do anything other than that. Let me see if I can do a little bit better. This is a little bit worse. I'll put back Titan. Alright, so this is looking like a mono red deck, which I actually feel pretty good about if I can land this Regisaur and then Great Henge. also Foundry Street Denizen with Kumano doesn't really seem like a game-winning match. I'm gonna play the Overgrown Tomb tapped. Oh, I just realized they missed the land drop. And we hit the Blooming March like I was a little concerned about. Fanatical Firebrand. If they have a shock, I'm in trouble. I think my best bet is stopping that. Perfect draw. Perfect draw. The question is, do I want to put Obosh in hand? And I don't think I do. I think I just want to crack the food. Don't even think I need to attack here. Because they can't really come in. Okay. Castle's pretty good. If they have Embercleave, I'm in a little bit of trouble. But not really all that much, to be completely honest. Annex. Now if they have Embercleave, I'm in trouble. Discard the forest. Takenuma is an interesting pickup here. Let's play the Gearhulk first. And a Thoughtseize. I do really like the Thoughtseize here. Don't be double Embercleave. Not an Embercleave. Oh, there's an Embercleave. Okay. Woo! That was close. I'm like, oh, double Chain Whirler. Nope, it's not double Chain Whirler. Alright, so they have a fair number of X1s, right? They have Foundry Street Denizen, Fanatical Firebrand. I don't think I need to bring in the Ray. I think push is probably enough. Don't think I need Trespasser. I can trim on Titan. Probably trim on Thoughtseize. This does act as like a fog, right, for the Embercleave turn. That's not a game-winning play for me. No, I don't want to trim a Great Henge. I'll trim a Ronus. I think if I'm on the back foot, Ronus is a little bit more difficult to actually like block with, even though it does have indestructible. Okay. We didn't even fight right in that game. Okay, got our rotting Reggie. Elf into Reggie. Burning Tree. Nano blocks. Okay, they're off it. Sometimes 7-6 just kind of does it. Alright, we have hit platinum, which is lovely. And I believe we have one more to go. We are 4-0. Albeit one of those ones was questionable, but we are 4-0. Nope. Sure. I'm gonna put back the Gear Hulk. I think Gargaroth probably does a better job of bringing me where I need to be. Would have been nice to hit a Dork on that turn. Breeding Pool, I'm not sure what I'm looking at right now. Cobra, okay, so this is a ramp deck again. Alright, fight rigging. Found a Titan. This turn's going to go very poorly for me, but fortunately they played a Boseiju, so it's unlikely that they have another. This is probably going to be an Omnath, isn't it? Red, white, Omnath on turn 3. Yeah. Definition of too little too late. But at least I'll get a 2-4 out of the deal here. Another Titan. Titan versus Gearhulk. I think another Titan's probably just better. It is redundancy. Ashaya. Excuse me. If I can draw my Boseiju, that'd be swell. I'd love to kill this Ashaya. Or the Omnath, really. Okay. Okay. honestly could have been worse. Fight rigging the Gargaroth. Shield counter on the Gargaroth. The question is, do I want to put another shield counter on something? Or do I want to gain 5? Because if they play 2 lands and creature, I'm in trouble again. This basically buys me a turn either way. Yeah, I'll put a shield counter on Titan. No, this is reach, right? Cool. Excuse me. Alright. I get it for 6, but they can't really attack in here. I don't think I want to attack with the Gargaroth. Not yet. Is that a trample? No. Make food. Okay. They are off it. That turn I was going to attack for 14, 20, hold on. So 24, so 12 times 2 is 24, plus 7 times 2, that's 14, plus another 14, 28, yeah. I was going to attack for a lot. Alright, bring in these, they have a bunch of things that die to push. I don't think I need the Nissa. I don't think I'm winning if we're going that wide. Trim on a hinge. Trim the gear holds. Ronus is, again, a question. It's probably fine. I think Shakedown Heavy's probably weak here. Sure. I think they're going to gain enough life with the Omnath that Shakedown Heavy can just attack in and not do anything. I have Fight Rigging and I have Mana Dorks. I don't really have all my colors the way I want to have all my colors. Alright. Could be, that's not good. On the bright side, they're not playing Omnath next turn. On the downside, I'm a little far behind. I found a Reggie, which is not really necessary. I'll play this fight rigging. First one can get the second one, or I can turn Timber, but my best hits are here. I'm gonna pass. Depending on what they play, I'm either gonna kill the Risen Reef or I'm gonna kill Notmath. Though that does turn me off from being able to play another Reggie. Or playing Reggie to flip the thing, so. Maybe not. Don't think I'm winning this game. Yeah, not an elemental. Don't care about it. That's a little unfortunate for me, but at the very least I get to grab this black source. My question is Shakedown Heavy better or worse than Reggie in this situation? Because the Titans are going to be dead draws. I'll attack. Actually, are they dead draws? I have 5 mana available. There's 7. 2 lands away. First one's definitely dead, either way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Okay. I am unlikely to play additional spells for the remainder of this game. And Ashaya probably seals the deal. I need to find a way of killing that immediately. Storm the Festival, please whiff. I don't think I have anything that kills the Ashaya. I think it's just the Boseiju. Not Boseiju. I'll go attacking the goose. Oops. Alright. I don't think I'm winning this game. I'll give it to them. Like, this is getting cast next turn. I'm just very dead. Does this change what I want to do? Still probably no. Missing on lands was something that I knew was probably going to happen with that hand, but I think that the upside was just too great. This hand ramps really well into nothing and no black mana. This hand's a bit better. Alright. Put back a Turn Timber. Offer a Thoughtseize. Alright, I'm gonna take the Risen Reef. I'm gonna push the Cobra. Ooh, Fight Rigging. Excuse me. It's not like they're not gonna play the Cobra here. Yeah. Play the Reggie. Hide the Fight Rigging for a turn, discarding the Overgrown Tomb. They're a bit stuck on mana, which is phenomenal. Ooh. So I'm putting Thoughtseize on the bottom, Ray on the bottom. Not gonna really have an answer to both of these Omnaths. I think Turn Timber is probably the best bet, and just hope to hit something better. That's something better. The goal here is just to overwhelm them. They don't actually have the mana to cast the Omnaths, I'm just realizing now. Thoughtseize goes away. Found a Rotting Reggie. Pump the Jam. Cool. Whew. And that is a 5-0. Alright. So Fight Rigging did the job. Couple rough draws and bumpy patches there. But I think the archetype is very strong and has a lot going for it. I'm curious to see if the best version goes away from being Obosh. Like, it doesn't seem like this is, ooh, I get to play Obosh. It's more of, I don't really make all the main concessions, so I guess I get Obosh for free, if that makes sense. The Jund version is a bit interesting because, again, you get to play Tibble/Valky on turn 2, or Fight Rigging into the Planeswalker side, which is historically shown to be very, very strong. Your top end threats are fine. Titan is very strong when it comes in. I'm curious to see if the game plan is to Fight Rigging or to Turn Timber something into play. Do we want to do that, or do we want to bring in Ulamog? Not actually showing. There we go. So this is a game-winning spell, especially when you cast it for 3 mana. But it's a dead draw in other situations where, say, Titan isn't. Though we saw multiple games there where Titan comes in and it's not the biggest thing on the board. Granted, very few people are playing Ashaya, but at the same time, is it worth it? Ronus, we never actually casted and felt fairly unimpressive, though small sample size. Perfectly fine with swapping that for something else. Shakedown Heavy is a mediocre card, but it enables your thing the way that you need it to be enabled. Gearhulk, actually fairly strong. Gargaroth, of course, phenomenal. All in all, I like the archetype. I'm gonna brew a little bit more with it and see how we end up. But thanks so much for Thanks so much for watching. This video again has been brought to you by QuietSpeculation.com. Quiet Speculation is a Magic the Gathering finance website, but they have a bunch of really cool articles and videos, a lot of which that I produced on their website and their YouTube page. Be sure to check them out and see all the previous work I've done. I will catch you all next week, and thanks so much for watching. Take care.